y'all once again approach the clutch for the first time in a couple of days, a little bit before sundown. And I wish I had generated a picture because I thought multiple times about generating this picture, but just never had the time or the chance. It is different from the last time you were here. There was lots of activity running around outside. You guys obviously helped them finish the wall when you were here, but it seems that since then they have continued to be hard at work over the last 3 or 4 days. And now there is no one outside the wall. The walls are actually the palisades are now palisades. The tops are spiked. There are spikes running up and out in front of the wall itself. Um, and you don't see a soul outside. You can see like the pathway that leads in, even from where y'all are standing, you can see people. You see what looks like more um I can't remember the word for like the wooden stakes that you set up at an angle that stick up out of the ground. Um there have very obviously been fortifications built. And maybe the most perturbing thing that you can see as you approach the town is one of the tall, gangly Hexen wolves just standing up straight, head just over the top of the palisades, looking out down the road. You all take this in as the sun begins to set off in the mountains in the distance.
It's just standing in their town, keeping watch.
Looking out over the palisade down the road.
It's alive.
It
It's
is
not like
behind the
head on
wall.
a stake or a totem.
Its head, if you stand there and watch enough, its head is definitely moving.
They're not even hiding it anymore. Like this, like, if a townsfolk or townsperson just came by, like,
I could take a shot at that thing and probably snipe it in one shot, but that would set off the whole
how
thing.
married are we to diplomacy? Because I'm not.
Johnny still come here. You know what? Johnny ain't scared. I'm gonna walk my happy ass right up to the gate and knock on it. Look at that wolf right
Gate's following him.
And as I'm knocking,
Johnny,
I'm gonna say, Bertha, where you at? We need to talk.
Johnny, you get maybe 20 feet, from the wall, and about 6 to 8 women pop up over the wall, like as if had crouched down, standing on some kind of platform, and every one of them throw a stone at you. I need you to make a speed defense check for me, please.
Okay.
Dude, they're stoning you.
Bunch of stoners. Oh, it's a nat 1, baby.
Oh no.
What I also need to, I went up with him.
Hey, you want to use an EXP point to reroll that, my guy?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Before you take like 8 bludgeoning damage, I don't know what it will be, but it's.
I like to just let it lie the way it lies, but I'm gonna do it.
I'm just thinking if that's 1 damage per hit, that's not great.
I didn't roll better. I rolled a 3.
Mm-hmm. You can also roll your speed defense.
But at least it avoids the intrusion.
Yeah.
It does. You have to pay 1 to refuse the intrusion and 1 to reroll?
10.
10. Johnny, you do take 2 points of damage as like some of them miss you. 1 or 2 of them catch you in the chest. They obviously have been practicing. Dean, you do manage to sort of like jerk yourself out of the way to avoid most of the rocks. You guys can keep walking if you want, but you watch as they reach down, and they're reaching down for another rock and are very clearly about to continue to throw.
I'm gonna take just one step back, and then I'm gonna look up at the wall and sort of squint my eyes at all of them. Say, damn ladies, what are you so afraid of? We helped you build that damn thing. You gonna hit me with rocks now because of it?
I think they know we killed some of the other Hexen wolves. Like, the ones that got away. I think they recognize us.
I don't care. I want to hear what they have to say.
That's kind of just above table, but
they throw more rocks.
Okay.
Jeb starts to aim and train his firearm at the Hexenwolf's head.
Dino kind of put his arm up to like block the rocks a little bit. He's like, "Now listen, ladies, we ain't leaving until we talk to Brenda." Not trying to be that way, but it is in y'all's best interest to hear what we have to say.
And I'll back him up and say,
So-
to be clear, the people coming in behind us aren't going to be quite as nice as we are. You could talk.
Yeah, they ain't much for talking.
So both of you make a speed defense roll for the third round of rocks. I won't charge you for the second. And you hear from behind the gate. Good job, Johnny. You hear from behind the gate Donna's voice. It sounds like maybe she's moved up behind the gate. Both of you, I like to think, you both sort of managed to move out of the way now, expecting this kind of thing. And Donna calls out from around the Bertha doesn't have anything to say to anyone in the gap.
We're not in the gap. We're here.
Oh, good thing I'm not from the gap, huh?
Go away. Leave the gap. It will be ours soon anyway.
How far away is
say
our
that.
backup?
20 minutes behind you now. And I guess now that you say that, because someone else would have had to arrive early too, you guys can see a swirl of storm clouds above you. Maybe not above you, moving in. And most of you can, it's like the stereotypical, like not just clouds, they're swirling. You could see essentially a storm being conjured off behind the clutch.
We want to hang out for this or head back and
I'm
get
going to turn
our-
around and start walking back up the hill where I know that Jeb is hanging out in a tree or something, like laid down on a hill with his eyes trained. And I'm just going to shout over my shoulder, "All right, have it your way, but don't let anybody tell you that Johnny Franks didn't try."
Is that my cue?
You do whatever you want, Jeb. You're a big man, but I gave up. That was my signal to say I'm done with this.
Here's the thing,
Well,
our
we should-
backup's like 20 minutes away and they're conjuring a storm. I don't know if we want to just do this with just us or if we want to actually wait for the, the thing is now is that they're tipped off.
No,
I
we
think
should
the storm
definitely
is
wait for
Marcy.
the men. We should definitely wait for the men. Yeah, Marcy's definitely conjuring the storm. I think we should wait for the men. I'm just going to disappear back in the woods.
Yeah, but you get a sinking feeling that for whatever reason they had been prepared for someone to come get them violently. And you also feel fairly confident, Jeb, that they would have a really hard time knowing that. Even if one of your allies had tipped them off, it would have been hard to get the message to them that quickly. Something doesn't quite add up with like why they seem to be prepared for an assault.
I relay all that to the group.
And because it had happened that way, it had to do with them killing the sheriff. In another timeline where if the sheriff had died, you would have found his body strung up in town as a warning, like kind of deal. They were going to rat themselves out in a dramatic fashion, but you saved the sheriff, and that never happened. So enjoy that. Enjoy that little what could have been Marvel What If episode there. Maybe someday.
I'm just going to sit my happy ass down beside Jeb and be like, "Make good use of that rifle, buddy. We're going to wait. As soon as reinforcements show up, you do what you do best."
I guess we wait.
I would think after, it doesn't take but a couple more minutes before the Hexenwolf's head does disappear. The women had dropped back down pretty quickly to hunker down on their crates or platforms they're standing on to be able to see over the top of the wall. And you guys watch over, the next couple of minutes, as we get to like, I said you were 25 minutes. At 15 minutes, there is a bona fide like storm front moving towards them from the other side of the clutch. You guys can see lightning flashing, lightning bolts descending every minute or two from the storm of clouds. And you guys actually like you hear the weird. You know how when you can hear rain coming before it gets to you, it's like that, and it's torrential, and you actually hear the sound of it, but as it crashes over the backside of the clutch. About 5 minutes before sundown. And you essentially hear the sounds. You hear lightning cracking, thunder crackling. You hear a hexen wolf. It's the sounds of combat, I guess is how I'll put it. As Marcy Walker has officially entered the fray and sort of kicked off this, doing as she had promised, which was handling one end. Um, you can't see her, especially where you're standing, but she is. Nakamo, especially being a practitioner, understands that this is not natural. This is straight up someone turning nature itself onto these people.
As soon as she does that, kick off and actually, starting shit, I think Nakamo is going to start approaching the wall to take off a shot as he approaches, and
we got an hour.
Start moving in.
On your slings, on your cycles,
yeah. I'm gonna tell everybody to huddle up, and I'm gonna pop the Huey stick. Huey stick. So I'm gonna spin the little propeller around with the other stick and notch them together in sort of like this aura pops up around me, and I'm assuming everybody would have been standing within immediate range. Everybody has +3 armor, and you are. This one provides armor against slashing and piercing damage. So you have +3 armor against slashing and piercing damage for an hour. And on Nakamo's lead, I'll say, "All right, Jib, I'm gonna charge a gate. When one pops her head up, you know what to do."
Aye, aye, Captain.
Suppressing fire.
Dean's gonna pop his witch word before we go down, and I also kind of want to. He'll also feed a drop of his blood to his pistol. I say like he'll pull the slide back till it locks in place, and there's like a sharp edge on the bottom of the slide. And he drips a drop of blood into the chamber, clicks it back, puts it in his holster, racks a shell into the shotgun, and follows suit.
Any sign of our backup?
No, yes, as you guys are sort of gearing up, as you guys do this, you do turn to see Pastor Pickens probably would have arrived a couple of minutes ago, and right on time comes quite a handful of TMC men, all in similar suits, led by Joseph Rails, who's carrying his own shotgun. Every one of them carrying like the best shotguns money can buy. They look very well armed, and you cannot see an ounce of nerves on anyone's face. For especially, I guess, people like any of you that had served, would recognize hardened killers.
Oh.
And he comes tromping up the road behind you guys, and he kind of surveys what's going on with a kind of a blank poker face, and he gives y'all just the briefest of nod, and kind of, I don't want to say comes in behind y'all because he's not trying to be shady. They approach along with you guys. You watch them begin to fan out, into a formation as as we begin to kick this off. They are going to be fighting their own fight, I guess is what I'm trying to.
Can I do one thing before we actually do the fight? I want to look back at Joseph and say, "You don't mind if I borrow one of these, do you?" And I'm going to grab him by his suspenders and sort of push him in front of me like a human shield, like a battering ram at the gate.
Joseph or one of the TMC?
I'm going to grab one of the TMC agents, but I'm going to tell Joseph that I'm using him for that purpose.
Make a might check.
Okay. I don't know if I have anything to add to this. Oh, it's a 1. Dang, man. Fine, I'll re-roll it.
Haven't bad luck to that.
Not much better. It's a 7.
Johnny, you grab one of them who looks sort of slender. You know, like he obviously weighs 30 or 40 pounds less than you. You cannot move him. He is solid
Ooh.
like a rock. It's very weird because he doesn't even like. You would expect someone to have to struggle. You know, if you push someone's hip, their hip's going to move, right? Obviously, he doesn't even like. You can't even break his posture. It's like he's
Nice.
rooted to the ground.
I think that actually makes Johnny feel more
gives
confident.
Gives you this big empty smile.
All right, that's the way it is.
We roll an initiative.
Oh, sure. Put yourselves down on the map. Y'all should be able to see some of the map.
Well, I'm charging the gate. So,
All right.
There we go.
are we in there yet?
No.
My ass right here.
No. Probably not. Y'all are really on the edge of that map. I apologize. This map is very shitty. You've all been warned.
Man, I'm not rolling good tonight.
Everybody. So
Yeah,
you guys can
initiative,
see
right?
as you get closer. Yeah, sorry, we don't have to roll it quite yet because I'm sort of curious how you guys are going to approach. I guess I'll leave y'all. Y'all can be off the edge of the map over here if you want to be together or whatever. Y'all do see as you approach that they have, I can't remember the name of those for those freaking spikes. You know, they have obviously set up fortifications in the entryway, and there is no gate because that is open. As so much as they've stood up these spikes, and as y'all get closer, you can see the spike pits behind them. There is enough room for one person to pass in between them.
It's a
And
palisade.
so-
Yeah, you got it right.
I thought palisades were the walls, but thought the
they're-
palisades were
well,
like
they're
straight up and down.
I think
Yeah,
like
there's specific ones that are sharpened at the top. Yeah.
These that you see on the path are pointed like outwards. You know, you couldn't jump them.
Those.
but you could.
Yes.
I think those are still called palisades though.
Yeah, you think I would figure that shit out?
But still. I like to think we're rolling up firing as we get close and we're closing that gap, however far that is. I don't know exactly what distance we are when we're starting away.
Okay. One
It's on
second, I'll
picture
get
there.
y'all. I'll get y'all an initiative.
Does that mean I get to roll again?
Oh, did y'all already do it? Thank you.
I did. It wasn't good.
I thought there was a
Wow.
button for it, but I can't find it.
It's in a weird place.
Same. I had two of them in a weird place.
I forgot that the turn tracker doesn't doesn't clear.
I hate that's the name of it.
Of what?
Chevaux de Frise.
The fuck is that?
That's what they're called. That's what the spikes, the ground
Oh,
spikes.
the
are
spiky
called.
walls
It's
called?
a,
Oh,
A French word.
It's a French thing for like the 100 years. It was like during the 100 Years' War. Yeah.
that's pretty good. Okay. So what are you shooting at? What are your it'd be hard to shoot at anything from the outside because most things can. You might can take some rolls. They will be hindered, possibly to a second degree because everything has a wall to hide behind. The big tall Hexen wolf included.
Maybe it's more of a whack-a-mole situation. Like hold the action till we see the pop up with stones.
What reason do they have to pop up?
We're approaching for one.
Say what?
We're approaching for one, yeah.
I mean, the ladies with stones will pop up, but so what did y'all have? I'm so sorry. Forgotten how to do this. Is that initiative for Brandon? I can't read. A jab is 15.
I went ahead and put myself in there for you.
Thanks.
Same.
16?
16.
16.
I don't know why I can't reorder it. That's annoying.
I think I have to do it. Oh, it took out a bunch of them. I don't want to reread these.
I hate that, dude. I hate that so much.
I
Don't worry,
probably
guys.
didn't hit enter on most of them. Okay, let's try again. Let's try this again. We can do this. I swear we've done this before. Don't tell anybody. All right. The first thing on the list you can't see. You don't know what it's doing. It's also far enough back in the camp. It's not going to be doing much to you guys. Sheriff Dean, how would you like to approach as we begin the storming of the clutch? Which I don't have any specific battle music for, but the battle music list is playing, so you'll holler at me if it stops.
Yeah, is Hexenwolf behind the wall again? Or is he like exposed or what's up?
Once the assault started, everyone would have pulled themselves down. I don't mind to go ahead since you've already seen it at the bottom, or let me check my notes. It might be at the top of each round. I have notes for this. I think it is the top of each round. So before this happens, some things are going to happen.
Every
Yeah, the
top is
of
a
the-
bottom.
At the top of the round, some of the women you'd seen before, there are only 4 of them this time, pop up and throw rocks at the top of the round. So I'm supposed to pick 2 of you. So the tanks, the same 2 as earlier, Sheriff and Johnny. I need y'all to make speed defense.
I would argue
please.
that Jeb had a held action to shoot whatever popped its head up. I'm just saying.
I would argue just to argue, but yeah.
I was gonna say, is that a thing in this system? Can we hold actions for?
You can, Johnny. You take a point of damage, right? Yeah, take a point of damage.
I don't take
You're
nothing from you.
Pelted. Oh, you've got armor. As you're pelted with stones. I will allow it, Jeb, if you would like to shoot one of these women.
Absolutely. I don't think I'd be able to like have held my turn to take a turn to aim because they weren't exposed for that whole time. It'd have to be like more of like a quick shot type thing, but I will still take it.
Let's see. You did. They are right. You had mentioned sort of being prepared. Sorry, I said it that way because y'all can't know this yet. Y'all wouldn't have any way of knowing this yet. That they're like the least. You know, they're the. If this was a cult, they're the unfortunate brainwashed victims.
Everybody drinks the Kool-Aid all the same.
Jeb, you think about this. You realize that if these women are throwing stones, that's probably the best they can do. And the implication hits you and the bullet passes over the shoulder. I'm sorry.
No worries, it happens.
Let's maybe incapacitate the human targets. Accept surrender as we.
What if we could set fire to the wall?
I got an idea actually. So like this, like the gate itself, I'd imagine it's like what, like one of those like 2 doors, like swing in kind of things.
There is
Probably
no
got some
gate,
kind of
which is
bar on the
why.
back.
There is no gate, which is
Oh,
why
it's just
they
it's
have
just
put
all
these.
wall, huh? All right.
That's
all
why
right.
they've put. Well, that's the thing. It's just open. You know, they didn't. There was no gate. When they built the wall, they didn't build gates. They just left openings, and so they had.
But
to
they
fortify
didn't build the wall.
walls.
We did, and we left out 9 nails on this particular panel. And we.
You also provided them extra supplies, which is where some of these fortifications came from.
You're welcome. What's the best way to get over that wall? Do we have a ladder? A siege tower, perhaps?
It is Sheriff Dean's turn. What was you thinking you was going to do there, Sheriff Dean? You can see the fancy French palisades and you can't see the spikes, but you see a pretty fairly large pit dug behind them. Oops.
Okay.
Brandon, I just want to say you're in your grandma era, wrapped in that fuzzy ass blanket, petting your kitty, making it wave at your friends on the internet.
I got a moo on underneath.
Motherfucker smells like fucking Nivea cream or some shit.
Being gay.
Actually,
My grandma era. Grandmas do tend to have mustaches.
Yeah.
sometimes
Wait.
sometimes I do.
You said it didn't seem like we could jump these, yeah?
Yeah.
Like it's
Just
just a
by the
solid
way
row
they're-
of the palisade. Yeah.
Well, there, like I said, there's a space because they had to be able to come in and out. There's a space for a person to pass in between them, but it's one at a time. They haven't closed off as much as made it so that only one person could pass through at a time.
Well, I'd say like Dean would want to try to get through that passage, that little gap, and try to take cover behind this fortification. See if I can get past the rocks real quick and try
Can you
to get
ping that
eyes
again,
on
please?
the Vexen Wolf. Oh, like right here.
Okay, it
Looks like
looks
some kind of like fortification.
You can move 10 feet, so you will have to use your action to move that far. You could move further, because you can move like up to I think 60 feet if you use your action to move. I'll check that here in a second. But you can't if you don't want to use your action. Okay. I'm gonna let you do it for like for your immediate movement because I pulled y'all off the map earlier like a doofus. So keep in mind that in front of you is a pit. So it's not like it's up off the ground to hide behind. You're now between like the unsharp part of the palisade and a spike pit. You stop, look down into the pit, and see all the wooden sharpened stakes. It's been planted at the bottom, and you can most certainly see the Hexen
Oh, I
Wolf.
see. I see now. Yeah.
And you can most certainly see the Hexen Wolf, which had come down to all fours. Its big old long elbows sticking, almost like a frog, because its arms are so long. Where it's kind of come down to all fours, and it swivels its head at you. It can't do anything to you currently.
Well, with 15 feet, he's within range of my shoddy.
He is. I'm gonna unveil this map for y'all just for shits and giggles, because he can see it all. Might as well.
Reveal to me your secrets.
Ew.
This one was rough. I tried. Yeah.
Ew.
After your turn, I'll explain all the stuff you see.
Damn it, Brenda. All right, so that is. Brent.
Bertha can't even make a good spell circle. Look at that. That's just sloppy workmanship.
No, it wasn't.
She did the
sound,
best she
no.
had. She did the best she had with the assets she had.
We gave her so much assets.
We really did. Okay, cool. Here we go.
No, I'm just fucking with you. There's just that one little part where the circle is weird.
And that's
Is
a
you
12.
shooting at a 12?
At the Vexen Wolf. At the Vexen Wolf,
That's-
yeah.
That is just barely. That's a difficulty 4, right? Yeah. What kind of damage you do there? Is that 4 damage?
6 damage. It's a regular shotgun.
I think regular shotguns do 4 damage. 6 damage is heavy weapons. So I'm very confused, which I have been in the past.
I was actually just looking at the rule book. That sawn-off shotgun is a medium that's got 4. It is specified that there's like a regular shotgun.
Yeah, shotgun, medium weapon, short range.
Okay.
All right, Dean,
As a full?
you charge into the fray. See the Hexen Wolf fire off a shot, and then your eyes unfocused enough to take in the whole scene, and you see the clutch. Again, a squatter's encampment, so all the buildings made of, I think of like a shanty town. Made of old wood, planks, things like that. And you see many women sort of up on these platforms that are allowing them to pop up and throw rocks are set up around the encampment. You see a unusual amount of construction supplies, masonry, lumber, rope, a lot more than you sent them for sure. You see all that stacked up in one place. You see, I'll make one of these guys big. You get there, I guess, in time to see, as they would have done it as the combat was initiating. You see Donna and another woman you don't recognize. Their kind of bones all out of place. You see like places where they're dislocated, places where they are broken. You watch their bodies shiver and transform into these things, these guys. Yeah, they look a little weird. And you can see a handful of other women who have also transformed as the assault was beginning. You also see another Hexen wolf standing in the back, seemingly like engaged with. I almost wanted to say a gray dwarf. Engaged with something you're not really sure what it is. It seems to be like made of wood, not humanoid, not animal-like. It's very amorphous, yet made of wood. And in the middle, you see Bertha Norris. I'll go ahead and make her big so y'all can see she has special art for this. Oh, it's all blurry. Sad. You see her painted up in war paint. And the circle beneath her glowing as she has her hands up. You see her mouth moving, not frantically, but consistently. Very obviously in the middle of maybe several spellcrafts.
Well, seeing all that, Dean will kind of speak out loud, but mostly to himself, and he's gonna be like, watch my back, Sammy. You might have to get your hands dirty this time." And with that,
Jib, it is your turn.
go ahead and pass it to Jib.
Did you say I gotta hang on a sec? I gotta put my token down again.
No, you're right here. You're right
We we can't see him if it's off the edge of the map. I think that's only a DM thing.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know that.
You're fine, dude.
Here, Jeb. I'll remove this one up here.
It's gonna be hard to run by with that giant pit in the middle of the way. Is there a way to squeeze through here?
You can.
Okay.
You are, and I don't have it represented very well. This guy is essentially in this gap. He was positioned there to cover that part where people could move through. And you can move. You can try to move through him if you wish. I'll move this to make this a little more. I put stuff there, while I was just placing tokens down.
Can I tell if these spiky things that are around Bertha, is that something I can fire through, or do I have to fire through that gap over here?
It'd probably be hindered by a step, not multiple, to shoot through them. They are they're not solid. There are gaps to shoot through, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But the harder part is that she's harder to see because of the palisades, the spikes, the things.
Gotcha. And how long is a long distance again?
100 meters. Up to 100 meters. Let me make sure it's right. Anything greater than a short distance, but less than 100 feet, 30 meters. Very long is up to 500.
You said 30 meters.
Yeah.
So keep
Long
in mind
distance is 30 meters.
the rifle you just bought gives you 300 feet.
Yeah, plus my bonus, which brings it up to the next, whatever the next level is. Okay. I'm trying to see if I could use my ability to run all the way over here and then try to take a shot, but I don't know if I can get through there, what with the pit and the wolf, and all of that. How big is that pit?
Guess it's technically 10 feet across, 15 feet wide, roughly.
How wide's a normal jump?
10 feet is, for like a standing jump, would be almost Olympic level, I think. A running long jump is different.
I would
I'll
also
go
argue
check
if you
myself on
hug the wall and hit the corner, it might shorten the distance of snug, like a little bit, but that's me playing off the map versus reality.
Yeah, it can be kind of hard to tell with the maps sometimes. Can I take a shot at the wolf without hitting Dean?
Can you take a shot at the wolf without hitting Dean?
Yeah.
I
I
would allow
appreciate
it. I don't think I have any problems with that. You're a trained marksman. This is AI. The official Olympic standing long jump is 11 feet.
Appreciate the AI disclaimer.
That's not pretty-
Also, I like to
that's
imagine
not- that's not pretty crazy.
you don't shoot
Someone
through
else-
Dean, but you shoot through Sammy. You don't know you do, but you just by happenstance just. Oh,
Yeah, he's invisible right now.
I just picture the gun sticking out of his stomach, but no one can see that. So like he's just aiming through him. Did you roll your attack? Did I miss it?
You do not. I'm going to use the careful shot thing again. And I'm going to ease it by 2 and try to up the damage by 2 for a total of 6 points. I'm going to take 3 of those from might and 3 of those from speed.
That's 9 points, friend. Well, 4, 3, 6. That's 10 points. I'm sorry. You're using your heavy rifle, right? Which is 6 damage. You're using effort twice, which means it's going up 6 points. Am I getting that right?
Well, it's 3 for the first one and then 2 for the
2.
second, I believe. But I have an edge of 3.
So then you'd only spend 2 total.
Oh, 2 total. That's
from
right.
April, because if you have an edge of 3, then you're burning the first 3 for the first effort, and you're just using the 2 from the second one.
Yes. So that should be a total of 4, I believe. Is that correct?
You put in how
No, I
many
think
levels
you're-
of effort are you putting in?
yes.
2?
2 levels
2.
of effort. Yeah,
So
and
you're
then I'm
doing
going.
12. He's doing 12 damage total. Like I think
But
y'all are
s-
right about how much he's.
So
spent.
it's
Oh,
only
the
2, it's only
damage.
2 points. It's not 4 because you have an edge of 3, which means that it would
Right.
it totally negates the first level of effort, and then it's plus 2 for the second.
So you're spending 2 intellect to get an extra 6.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
to
I
get
got
an
you.
extra
I got
6. Because it's you're gonna add 3 twice for your 2 levels of effort. Roll your little damage there. Is this the Hexen Wolf? Damn, son.
yeah, 12.
About
Damn.
to just rip off 12 damage. Bertha
Better
has
hope you
decided
hit.
you die first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, got a hit.
I'll do it.
That's pretty good.
Because you removed. I mean, you removed for. All right, I like it. I like how you eased it by 3. To like, I almost did the math backwards again. You rush in. You see it sort of like hunched up where Dean has already shot at it. You wait for it to raise its head and you cap it right through the eyes. You're getting kind of used to this on these guys. Their little bluey glow eyes are just so easy to hit. You blast that one's brains out again.
Yeah,
Well, I shouldn't say again. It's not the same one, but you know.
I'm gonna get that other
Solid.
one too.
It's not even collapsed, and Jab's already looking in the distance at the other one.
I'm behind the wall, so I assume I couldn't see it, but I'm still gonna point at Jeb and be like, "Told you. Gotta believe in yourself, buddy."
Yeah, you just see the gunshot and then hear the cry immediately after as it gets shot. And you're like,
Just believe.
damn right.
Thanks for convincing me to buy this sucker, fellers.
I think that's Jeb's favorite part is like the splatter is much larger this time. You know, instead of a medium-sized hole coming out the back, like its whole skull is gone. Good job. Funny enough, you killed the one that would have got to go next. Actually, I shouldn't have put them on initiative. They go at a different time. You hear Bertha Norris scream in fury when it dies. One of the I've already forgot what they're called. Wolf Sisters. There we go. One of the Wolf Sisters that you saw transform earlier, the one that had been Donna, essentially is going to hold her action. Those of you that can see her are, you know, she's
wait. Which one was Donna?
This one was Donna.
This one here?
Yeah.
Okay. Bitch got a target on her now.
Well, and you guys watch her like, take it back, she's getting ready in action. She looks really tense, but she grabs one of the chairs that were sitting over here and drags it back here and uses essentially as cover, as like dragging impromptu cover with her. This one, I need to check one thing. So, I have a confession to make. Some of these smaller tokens are lesser Wolf Sisters. Their stat block is mildly different. They're not as scary. And then, of course, maybe some of you are figuring out by now, the ones on the outside on the walls can't transform at all. They are the least. Long. Sorry, this is one of those moments where my own music freaking me out. So one of the lesser, they all look the same, so it's hard to tell, but one of the lesser ones makes a dash over to you guys' side. And when we get to the bottom, I'll narrate some more stuff. I know there's more than just you guys. Eli, what do you got? As you hear the sounds of gunfire and the screams of the witch inside the encampment. As thunder rolls, lightning flashes, and you see a like what in D&D we would refer to as a fireball, but you don't see the fireball. You see the light in the back of the encampment where Marcy Walker is going to work on the other side.
These squares are 5 feet.
Use the ruler, please. I don't remember if I'm sorry. The ruler's better. There shouldn't even be squares on this map. But I exported it and realized there were squares and it was too late.
Alright. It says 50 feet to the bottom lesser werewolf.
It is.
Right here.
Yes.
So, I believe my light handgun can reach. I'm going to try to, hand over this French horse thing and fire a shot.
Yeah, the French word for sawhorse.
See. Okay, that doesn't work.
Oh, does it not? Oh, where's your roll there? Oh, I see.
Is it just a D6?
It's a D20.
D20. Alright, 11.
That will be enough. So that's 4 damage. All right. Eli, you stick your hand through. You stick your hand over, and I like you have to lean sort of around a spike to get a good look at the Hexen or the Wolf Sister, and you fire off a shot. You hit it in the stomach, and you watch it tense up for a second and then straighten back up. It howls as all of the rest of them howl. This one. This one is going to... See, they don't have, rules the same way that you guys have. So what I'm going to rule is that this one does take off running, and I'm going to rule that it's going to have to use its action to make the jump, but it is going to clear these... They can move a long distance as the wolves, so they can move pretty fast. So she clears this jump and lands inside the palisade with you two, Jeb and Dean, and you can see, You don't know what she looked like before, but they are obviously wiry and strong. Their teeth are huge and sharp, and their hands are taloned. Less like wolf claws and more like talons on the ends of each of their fingers. As it snarls at you, won't let it attack you because it jumped a thing. And now it's Nakamo's turn.
Nakamo watches as this wolf sister
runs and charges and leaps over the spike pit, and as she's mid leap, I'm going to use push to push her down into the spikes. Thematically, I'm pushing her just back into the spike pit, but I think for flavor wise, it's just cooler to do it like mid jump. And try to cut her off at the pass. I don't think she gets to make a save against it.
No, because it costs points, yeah.
Yeah, it cost me 2 intelligence points, but
I think edge applies to abilities too. For your calculations.
You're gonna edge me if you say that. Are you what? These are so that's free for me.
Yeah.
God
Yes.
damn. All right.
Like the sage is one of the only ones that like gets free stuff out of the gate. Like the people that can't use a lot of weapons, they get free abilities pretty much out of the gate to make up for it.
That's kind of the whole point of your edge, is that like when you have an ability that takes 2 might points or 2 intellect points, your edge negates that. So if you have a 2 edge and intellect, then you just get that for free.
That's fantastic. I thought it was just for using, like, I thought edge only applied to effort. That's really cool. But yeah, I'm gonna try to spike that bitch up, or spike that bitch down.
Oh, I see. It doesn't do any damage natively.
Yeah, it's just a displacement thing. I'm just putting her into in the dangerous placement.
Okay.
And making a bridge, if we can argue that we can now walk over her.
It is, like 10 feet deep. It's not,
Oh, okay, it's a big pit.
Yeah,
if y'all took a 10-foot pit, this is impractical. Like 2 feet would have been plenty. Like,
no, man, if you're gonna put someone in a spike pit, you don't want them to be able to crawl out of it. In my opinion.
The spike in their kidney will stop them from doing that, but all right.
I hear you. Okay, so I'm gonna roll this dude. I didn't really think any of you would get knocked in there. I'm gonna roll that these do
37 damage.
I was gonna roll. I was like, we don't roll for damage here. Yeah, 3
Are they
points of
tip with
damage.
shit all Viet Cong style?
There is some shit, but not here. Not here. The little summoning circle on the ground is a mixture of blood, piss, shit, and animal guts.
Jeez.
One of you will figure that out when you get close enough to smell it. Anyway, anything else, Nakamo?
I think that's my full action. If I can get in the palisade, if I can get like in here, then I would like to. If I need to make a check to do that,
You can only move 10 feet, and really the problem is that you have 2 allies in the way. I'm not sure you would be able to get, around them. You see what I'm saying? Like they've congested the one walkway.
Wait, we only move 10 feet around?
Yes.
Oh.
If you want to move further, you have to use your action.
Okay. Then I'll just get to the edge of the palisade then.
Okay. This mother trucker. You guys hear Bertha snarl, and the other Hexen wolf begins to cross the camp to deal with apparently more pressing threat. Here. Where are you at here? Q. This one, since this guy's dead, I'm going to move him out of the way. This one does not have to jump. So a wolf sister comes, again, they can move a long distance on their turn in wolf form. So this one, you guys, Dean and Jeb, you watch it blur from its spot right up to you, Dean, and is going to try to get you. Please make a speed defense roll. That's hindered by like 1 for you, right? Because of your armor instead of 2. Unfortunately, that would not have been enough anyway. You take 4 points of damage as she rushes in and doesn't stick her claws in you so much as grabs you and tries to take a chunk out of your leather duster shoulder. Right? You have a duster on? I don't know. I think that's what it's in your picture.
Ben, I
It's a
think you're muted.
big. I think so too.
You're muted.
Ben, you're muted.
You're still muted. You're supremely muted.
I was saying, like, with between Johnny's Hooey stick and my witch word, I have like 7 armor right now. So
Sick. So that negates
Right.
all of it because that's how armor works. Sick. So like it goes to bite you, Johnny, and you feel like its teeth never make contact with your neck, but you can feel its breath on you. Like that's how close it comes before the wards kick in. Solid. Johnny, it's your turn. As you watch through the palisade as one of these wolf sisters tries to nom on your friend. Now you're on mute.
You're right, I am. Is this area safe from palisade damage? Like between these spikes, like right here at this section of wall? Would you argue that if I wanted to, I could try to climb it?
You could. So theoretically, those on the left there to protect. Like you couldn't climb up onto one of these platforms that these women are on.
No.
You know, those spikes are directly in front of their platforms.
But the question, because I don't have enough movement, but my question is on my next turn, could I get like between where the palisades are and try to hop the wall between where that wolf sister is and the platforms?
You could try to climb the wall. It will cost you might to do so.
Fine. I will first, as I'm running towards the wall because I don't have enough movement, I can only get to like right at it pretty much. I'm going to pull my pistol out and sort of sling it with my right hand to try to shoot that wolf sister through the palisades.
Okay. You're close enough to that palisade. I'll let you aim through it like Eli did.
Hey, yo, what's up? That beats a 4.
Okay. That is enough to do damage to that.
All right.
Lesser wolf sister.
Take 4 damage, lady.
4 damage. You shoot her in the back, and again, you're like most time you shoot someone in the back, you're just watching them crumple. She tenses and then relaxes, and you hear her like burbling growl. Anything else, Johnny?
No, I think that's all I could do. So through my movement, like essentially I'm running at the wall, and as I shoot, I'm just gonna freeze frame with one foot on the wall, trying to reach up to the top. And that's where I'm stuck at until my turn again.
Another wolf sister from on the other side of the camp makes her move, and you guys watch one of these bigger tokens here. The one that was Sadie, who y'all never met. She is going to roll around to here. Bloop. She's smart enough to take cover. Oh, hold on. She's at 16, so some things happen first. At the bottom of the round. Chaos ensues, for lack of a better term. The battle for the clutch has begun in earnest. You guys can't quite make out Marcy, but you can make out the literal storm. Several of these weird wooden, I'm going to call them minions for lack of a better term, with these kind of glowing green eyes that seem to be assaulting the other side, the other palisades on the other side. And you can see lightning falling, at a rapid rate. You see bursts of fire. She's obviously going ham on that side. And as combat ensues, you hear the sounds of the TMC's shotguns opening up as they sort of you see like one or two of them go up to the spikes on the side here, and like a couple of them literally just like kind of walk into them, and the ones behind them climb up on their shoulders as they begin to sort of overwhelm the defenses. And as they pour over the wall, you can hear very systematic sounds of the shotguns going off, and not like bang, 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 oh shit, bang, bang, bang. And you might even get a glimpse of the ones who sacrificed themselves on the palisades peel themselves off the palisades and begin to sort of try to climb the wall as Johnny's about to do. They may or may not be successful. And you see Rails. And you guys kind of keep an eye on him, would see him quite literally watching y'all's backs, not as in staring at you, has his eyes cast back down the road while all of you are beginning the assault. Shotgun, very obviously, shotgun in hand on the alert. And then at the top of the round, they would throw rocks at you, but I just described them as overwhelmed. So they do not throw rocks at you. And we actually may call it there, unless y'all just want to do another round.
Smoky. No, I think that's fine. It's already 20 after.
Yeah, I think that's a good stopping spot. Yeah.
The whiskey's catching up with me. Oh, that's getting heavy. Knees weak.